Welcome! You must be our new rafters. My name is Katie, and I work here at the Rolling River Rampage Adventure Center, where we're going to go experience the ride of a lifetime with God. Who's ready to go on a new adventure with us? Great! You are so lucky because our best paddle captain, Ranger Roger, is going to be along shortly, and he's going to take you on a very cool adventure. Now, I wonder where Ranger Roger is, though, because he really should be here by now. But while we wait for Ranger Roger, why don't we go and sing a song? Let's go sing I Will Be With You. Let's go sing. Wow, that was so great. Well, Ranger Roger still isn't here yet. Let's see. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, did you hear that sound? That sound means that the ROC, or the Rock as we call it here, is ready with their live update for our adventure. Ranger Roger is supposed to be the one who opens it, but he's not here. I guess I'll go ahead and open it. So let's go over to the Rock and see what they have to say.
Hello, Rafters. My name is Samantha Rivers, but you can call me Safety Sam. I'm your safety leader here at the River Outlook Center, which we call The Rock for short. Here at The Rock, we monitor the river and we guide our rafters and our paddle captains in all their adventures. we have a very special mission for you. This morning, we discovered that 5 of our rafts mysteriously had their anchor ropes chewed through overnight, and now they're lost. Thankfully, here at the Rolling River Rampage, we name all of our rafts after lessons we learned in the Bible, and they're marked with GPS trackers so we know exactly which ones are missing and where they are now. Your special mission is to follow your paddle captain to find all 5 rafts this week. One of them is stuck on a rock just downstream of your location. Its name is Adventure. Of course, we wouldn't send you out without all the tools you need to be safe. We have a team of experts here at The Rock to help you complete your mission. Let's start with our meteorologist first for today's weather forecast.
Max Breezy here today with your river forecast. As you can see on the screen behind me, we have a weather system moving in from the north, and it's going to bring white-out blizzard conditions. Lots of snow. Lots of snow. Visibility will be down to less than 1/10 of a mile. All the schools are closed. Wait a minute. Oops. I apologize. That was the script from my last day at Channel 1 News in Anchorage, Alaska. That was kind of a big deal, you know? Perhaps you've heard of me.
Sure, Max, but do you have our actual Rolling River Rampage forecast available?
Yes, of course. Here it is. There is a high-pressure system moving in from the south, and it's going to be bringing us very sunny and hot weather today. There is no chance of rain in the forecast, so water levels should not be rising. All in all, it should be a fun, fine, but hot day for floating down the river. I'm Max Breezy saying, take it easy. And now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Max, but it's actually not a studio. It's a mega huge log cabin, and we're right here.
That's what I said.
Anyway, up next, we have our consulting river readiness expert here with some helpful tips for your mission.
The name's Jean-Michel McDivell. Friends, naturalist and extreme wilderness survivalist. My motto is, if it's in nature, I can survive it. Now, a long, hot day on the river means you need to be prepared with plenty of sunscreen and water. A bandana is also incredibly useful to bring along as well. It can protect you from the sun's harmful rays, as well as keeping the back of your neck cool. Like the time that I was rafting down the Amazon River. It was a hot day and I had neglected to bring a hat, or sunscreen, or water. But being the extreme survivalist that I am, I managed to fashion a hat out of palm fronds, sunscreen out of toothpaste and coconut milk, and purify water using a handmade sand and moss filter. Then there was the other time that I was hiking in South America.
Excuse me, John.
That's Jean-Michel McDivell, expert survivalist.
Sorry, Jean-Michel. What does this have to do with our mission?
Everything. I'm here to make sure our rafters are prepared for absolutely anything.
Thank you. But I think that's good for now. Rafters, before we send you out, I want to introduce you to our rafting ready verse. It's Isaiah 43:2. It says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. You see, God is always with us, and we can be sure that God will take care of us on all of our missions and adventures. We now turn you over to the fine and brave leadership of your paddle captain. We'll check in with you again at the end of your trip. Have a great ride, and remember, find adventure on the river.
Wow, that sounds so exciting. And Ranger Roger still hasn't arrived, so I guess I'm going to be your new paddle captain. This makes me a little nervous because I've never done this before on my own. But you know what? Safety Sam just told us about a Bible verse, Isaiah 43, verse 2. And it says, when you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. So that means I'm not going to be leading you alone because God is with us. So why don't we all say that verse together? Are you ready? When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. All right, so now that we know that God is with us as we go on this adventure, and we're going to have a lot of fun, let's do our rapid reminder for this mission. Are you ready? Our rapid reminder is find adventure on the river. And we're going to practice our paddling because we're going to have to paddle a lot on our rapid adventure. Are you ready? So first, we're going to paddle to our left, and then we're going to paddle to our right. Are you ready? We're going to paddle twice. Find adventure on the river. Now do it with me. Find adventure on the river. All right. So everybody needs to have on their life jackets, and we are going to go sing. That way we can sing our way down the river on this adventure. So let's sing Rolling River Rampage as we head out onto the river and go check in later on after we roll on down the river and find our adventure for our campfire Bible story. Welcome, Raptors. I hope that you enjoyed our journey down the river. So, we are now to our Bible story time. And part of our adventure here at Rolling River Rampage is going camping. And when we go camping, we like to tell stories around the campfire. So, we have our campfire here, and we're going to hear our story for today. Now, today, our story takes us to the shores of Galilee, right on the sea. And what's something that we can do at the sea? Let me give you a hint with some things that I have here. I have a fishing pole, so we can go maybe use it. And I have a net. Now what can we do with a fishing pole and a net? That's right, we can go fishing. And today in our story, we're going to hear about a special kind of fishing. And our story today comes from the first book of the New Testament. So, what book is that? Anybody know? Who knows? Matthew, that's right. So we're going to go visit Matthew in the New Testament, and we're going to learn about a special kind of fishing, and we're just going to enjoy our campfire while we do so. Are you ready? All right, let me get our story poster so you can see. All right. One day, Jesus was walking along the Galilee Sea. He looked out on the sea and saw Peter and Andrew. They were throwing their fishing nets to catch fish, pulling the nets in and throwing them back out again. Jesus called to them, saying, "Come, follow me, and I'll show you how to fish for people." Right away, the men tossed aside their nets and followed Jesus. Continuing to walk along, Jesus saw two more brothers, James and John. They were there with their father Zebedee, repairing nets. Jesus called to them. Immediately they hopped out of the boat, swam to shore, and followed Jesus. Now Jesus traveled through Galilee, teaching in the synagogues, announcing the good news of the kingdom, and healing people. Wherever he went, large crowds followed him. Now, in that story we heard a phrase, fishing for people. Now, do you think that meant using nets and poles to literally catch people? Right. It doesn't mean that. So what do you think it means? Those are some good answers. Yeah, when we're fishing for people, we're telling them the truth about God so that they can also love God. Isn't that great? And we're calling to them and having them come with us on our journey with God in our life. Wow. All right. Now I have some Bible story questions for you. So let's see if you were paying attention during our story. So, what did Peter, Andrew, James, and John do when Jesus called to them? That's right. They dropped what they were doing and they followed Jesus. Now, do you think it was easy or difficult to leave everything behind and follow Jesus? Wow. Yeah. Now, if Jesus asked you to leave everything behind and follow him, what type of things would be easy to leave behind? Yeah, those would probably be pretty easy to leave behind. Now, what things would not be easy to leave behind? What things would you miss? Yeah, I would miss those too. Now, one important thing to remember is that if the disciples had not chosen to follow Jesus, their lives would have probably gone on as they had been before. The same thing day after day. Nothing much would ever change for them. So they just would have been fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing for regular fish. However, thankfully the disciples did follow Jesus, and it changed everything about their life. And it also changed our lives and the entire world. Just the fact that the church is here and that we're here in Sunday school is all because the disciples decided to follow Jesus. So, let's keep remembering to choose to follow Jesus every day on our journey. All right, it's time to sail on back down the river to go back and find out if we accomplished our mission today. Wow, Rafters. That was such a fun adventure today. And did we find adventure on the river? Uh-oh. Well, sounds like we need to go check back in with the rock. Let's go see what's going on over there.
Hello, Rafters. This is Safety Sam again. I can see from our GPS tracker that you accomplished your mission to find adventure on the river. Way to go! Now, here's the rest of the team with a preview of what we can expect on our next mission.
Max Breezy here. I hope you enjoyed this very warm weather because we have a cold front moving in. This cold front could mean strong winds on the next ride, so hold on to your hat or your hair. Or whatever, really. I'll check in with you later and update you on the conditions.
And I'm Jean-Michel Mictiver, expert survivalist. I'm glad you took my advice and stayed safe out there with plenty of water. You know, after a nice long day on the river, I can get rather hungry. Did I ever tell you about the time that I got too hungry when I was hiking in the Andes Mountains in Chile? We ran out of food, so we had to survive by eating cactus plants cooked over an open fire. It wasn't too bad, but believe me, you want to make sure that you remove all of the thorns beforehand. You know, that reminds me of another story where...
Why don't we save that story for later? Rafters. I'm so glad you all had a successful day on the river. You found your first raft and you learned about how Jesus called the disciples. Even though they only knew how to do regular things like fish and collect taxes, Jesus called them to use those skills in an even greater mission with him. Amazing. We'll sign off for now and check in with you again next time. Until then, remember what God says in our Rafting Ready verse. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Bye for now.
Wow, what a great day. Now, just like the disciples that we learned about in our story, I'm a regular person with pretty ordinary skills, but I get to use those skills on an exciting adventure with Jesus and with you, of course. Now, we've accomplished our mission, so let's give a high five to everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. High five. Good job. And let's celebrate our victory by doing our rapid reminder together one more time. Remember, that's where we paddle. All right, you ready? Find adventure on the river. Woohoo! All right. And you know what? Let's say our verse from Isaiah one more time as well. Are you ready? When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Great job, Rafters. I'm so proud of you. All right, let's say a prayer before we go. Dear God, thank you for calling us to a great adventure with you. Thank you that you give us everything we need to follow you and do new things. Thank you for loving us. Amen. All right, Rafters, I will see you back here next Sunday for another adventure on our river. Bye.